Right, you are live, brother. You hustlers, are you ready or what? Let's go. Excuse me. Can you hear me? ABS. Can you fucking hear me? Hello? I gotta do this. Let's do this. Hold up. What's up? I see a chat. I don't know what's up. Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Back out and go back in. Back out and go back in. That's all you can do. Back out and go back in. Back out and you go back in. That's all you gotta do.
Am I good now?
Nice. Okay, good.
Yes, great.
¿Dónde va? Oye, ven. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show you guys in real time what time management is all about. Because if you got somebody that could fucking help you do your job or do your hobbies and shit, you can double down your efforts and then you can delegate out whatever it is that you want other people to do. ¿Tú quieres ayudarme? ¿A qué, amor? Esta. ¿Lo que es? Okay, ver muy cerca. ¿En qué es?
Yes. I'll take the head right now. I'll take the initiative. Yes, like I said, man, time management is very important. And a lot of dudes, man, they're wasting their time um with certain people that are not being constructive, that are not creative, that aren't, contributing something that can help, their future, that can help their path, that can help her achieve something.
Mm-hmm.
They're wasting time with the being with the wrong people.
Oh, you
Which
got that
doesn't
fucking right. You
which doesn't
better believe it. Okay, ahora vi.
which don't give them anything back in return. Because let's say, for example, you're with your friend, right? Let's say, for example, your friend is good at something, and you're intrigued by that stuff, and what he's good at, you're also good at something, but it's still in the same subject. So you're learning from him, he's learning from you. You're not wasting time because you guys are growing. You guys are improving. It's the same for a relationship. We have a lot of guys wasting their time, and they're not building anything with their partner, because when you are in a relationship, you're in a relationship to build something, to build up with your partner. But some people are holding you down, you know what I'm saying? Some
Oh, yeah,
dudes,
definitely.
yeah, some
Definitely.
dude yeah, some dudes might have a female that they're interested in, and which doesn't contribute anything to their life, but is holding them back. But they don't know that, because they put love first and emotion. And what the biggest mistake of men is that they fail to understand that women understand more the purpose that they're here for, and they understand more that it's all about, what I'm saying, it's all about working towards something, than men that they give out to their emotion and their feelings, loving their more, and not, not focusing on what's important. There's more important thing than love. We don't tell you to not feel the same way, feel passionate about the other person, but you have to put logic first. You know what I'm saying? You got to put common sense first. You have to put what's gonna be best for both of you guys. What road you need to take. It's like, professor, it's like
Yeah.
certain it's like certain females, saying that,
Yo puedo
uh then, that you don't give me time.
hacer.
You don't give me Okay, for example, professor,
Yeah.
it's like having a female cheating on a guy, you know what I'm saying? And telling the guy that you don't give me time, you don't give me attention. But the guy failing to tell to that woman that, how can I give you time, where when I give you some time, you waste it, you know?
Yeah.
And we're bad at communication. We're bad at communicating. And if that person doesn't know or doesn't want, when we tell her, this is what I want, this is what I'm asking for, and they don't take it in knowledge or prioritize it or take it in mind, then you just can give up. You just can walk off. You know what I'm saying? You have you have the will, you have the control. Remember, us men, we control relationship. We control how much bullcrap we want to intake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But some dudes always want to put up with some shit.
No, no corta, solo pongo.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Professor? Some dudes
Yeah.
want to put up with some crap, and they don't wanna really do the work on themselves because they think that they think that saying like that will give them or they're desperate. They think that they only have this choice or this option available for them because I always say that you have to make your own options. You can't say that this is my option. This is your option because you're limiting yourself. When you're limiting yourself to something, you will have a limit. You will have a limit of option that you can choose from. And this is where they fail to understand that. And one fact, I always say that, and I always say that to dudes, man, don't waste your time, because man, I saw a lot of dudes, and I saw some friends that they waste their time, about worrying about what a female does. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
When there's more important thing to do, man, because female doesn't care about time. They have plenty time to waste, man. They don't have they don't have like the perception of time as the same thing that we do. Because all their time they enjoy their time. You know what I'm saying? We us men, we don't enjoy our time. We work toward our time because we think for the future.
Right.
Females don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Women don't think for the future. Men think for the future. Men think after 30 years, after 40 years, what we will be, what will become of us. You know what I'm saying? What will transform us? How will we look? You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that women don't take in consideration or don't prioritize their time. So the biggest mistake that men does is they put their time in the hand of a woman, bro, which is dangerous. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Professor?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, good. Can you see her?
Yeah, I can see her.
Okay, good.
Yeah, which is very dangerous.
I don't
And
care.
which is very dangerous. It's like the same thing. I said that, dude, stop worrying about what she's doing. It like some guys are worrying about Lizzo and stuff like that, man. I tell that dude that, bro, let me tell you something. Worry about worry about I told her that worry about selling 2,000 burgers to 2,000 fat chicks and make 2,000 million out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That's what you should be worried about. Selling 2,000 burgers to 2,000 fat chicks and making 2,000 million out of it.
Bacon.
Because you know what I'm saying? You ain't got time to waste, man.
None at
Because
all.
when you spend your time sparingly, you're gonna be rewarded in the long run. Because like I always say, man, they always say that it's been proven that men age is like fine wine. We always say that, right, Professor?
This is fact because we get better with age.
We get better with age,
We
the
do. We
experience with the
absolutely get better with age. Period. It's just the truth.
yes, especially with hygiene. We learn. The thing is that we evolve, like we learn and we adapt faster. This is the thing we have as men. We have the ability of adapting to our environment faster. So
Okay,
we
there's
know through experience, we know what fits us, what we will benefit from physically, nutritionally, and you know what I'm saying, experience, experimentally, and everything from relationship, from how we look, from how we carry ourselves, how we consider or you know what I'm saying, speak with other people, relationships with other people, or females, either be a work relationship or intimate relationship. We've learned that. We've gone through the ups and downs. But you know what I'm saying? But the life of a female is different. And this is what mistake these dudes made. They think that the same they made that mistake thinking that females have the same time perception as men, as males, you know. And this is a big no, man. This is a big mistake that dudes make, and this is why they just, you know what I'm saying, they just like feel depressed. You know, they don't achieve anything in life. We don't tell dudes to become the president of America. We don't tell dude to become the best warrior ever, the best military power, or the best, fighter, or the best, you know what I'm saying. We just tell you to take on an expertise, to be the best at what you're good at doing. You know, that's
I'm good at making things square. In other words, one of the things about being a nerd engineer type growing up is that anytime I see something that is not cut correctly or squarely, drives me out of my mind. And the reason is because I was trained over and over and over and over again to do things properly, to do things, to color within the lines and not to waste time. So what I find is that much of what we complain about as being overworked is a lot of waste time. They say that people who work in jobs actually only work a fucking short period of time, and then they start screwing off on the internet, and they only work about 1 hour a day in an 8-hour shift. Time management is pretty good when you're in the office because you can waste time efficiently.
Yes, people make the biggest mistake of not being efficient, meaning not working smartly. They work hard, they don't work smartly. It's for example, certain people think that putting in more hours working and doing the same thing instead of putting a time for each thing, for each activities. You know what I'm saying? I put this time for this activity. I give this time to this activity, this and that. They fail at it,
So it's almost better.
you know?
See, right.
Yes. And this is the biggest mistake that people make because
Muy delgado en ambos lados. Yo necesito corto a ambos lados. Yo no vuelto en los lados. Ellos
yeah,
no.
because we don't have time. Men need to understand that they're not gonna live forever. We don't have time. Most of us probably got 50 years left if we're in our 20s, or in other some of us have 30, some of us has 20 years left, some of us has thrown away these years doing things that didn't benefit them in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And until this day they don't benefit from it. They don't have resource, but some of us did things that we benefit from, like for example learning new skills. You know what I'm saying? if you did 20
Absolutely.
if you did 20 years in your life chasing knowledge and chasing experience, then it's not
Look,
something
that's
bad, because
right.
what it helps you with, it helps you survive in any type of environment. And we know that every year, not every year, every hour, the time changes. The environment changes, the culture changes, the people changes, their behavior changes. It's like a pattern. You know what I'm saying? So you need to adapt. You need to learn from the past, learn from the previous thing that you've learned with, and add on new things.
Okay, so give some examples so that people can learn from what you're talking about. I know time management. I'm pretty good at it. So
Okay.
what are you driving at for people watching right now?
I'm saying that, for example, if someone learn a new skill, if someone in this day and age, they
Okay.
have learned a new skill, they have intake something that could benefit them in the long run, and they chose to use it in this day of time, it will be very helpful, because it will prove and it will show that they haven't wasted their time, because they have intake information and experience that could help them advance further into the next step. Because in life, each circles of life, each years, or every 10 years, there's a new things coming out. You know what I'm saying? We're not the same way. The way that we're in right now is not the same way that we were in 10 years earlier.
No
You know,
way.
things change fastly. And the thing is that for you to have advantage of time, you need to learn from the past and improve upon it. You
I
know?
have a very easy time improving upon shit I fuck up. There's no question about it. If I fuck shit up, I know what I'm doing. I know how to fix it. Okay, this is really a lesson for fucking young guys that are too lazy to get the fuck out of bed. Okay, you're looking
Yeah.
for the short way out. You're looking for the easy route.
Yep.
You need to look for your fucking alarm clock.
Yep.
Stick to that because it seems to be a very easy trend to just to not be fucking productive.
Yes.
It's easy for people to not be productive. Um, I mean, even during coronavirus, there's still people that were trying to hustle and trying to get shit done. And even those guys, I understand it was people who made, if you made under $100,000 a year, you weren't considered to be a priority employee or whatever, unnecessary. But all of the big corporations like Amazon, like Walmart, like Sam's Clubs were open. I know. I went.
They are open. They know how to play in the psyche of people. They know what will make people spend. They know how to take in that FOMO behavior of people. You know what I'm saying? They know how to, convince people that what will make us happy, because we're living in a world that we think that object can make us happy, but happiness doesn't exist if you're not happy with yourself. You know, if you're not
Yep.
happy with yourself, you won't ever be happy, because any materialistic things won't make you happy, because you got to look for happiness within. You know,
It's a fact.
because people, we're always trying to change ourselves. I see that with a lot. I've learned that, and I've saw that a lot of people are trying to change themselves for the bad, in a bad way. For example, uh everybody is different, everybody is good at something, everybody has something to give to the world,
That's
everybody has
right.
something that the
Okay.
world can benefit from. But just seeing, for example, let's say for example Andrew Tate, just seeing Andrew Tate act like, oh, big dog, top G, and you want to act the same way as Andrew Tate, bro, like you're not original. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no originality, because you're not being yourself. We're not telling you to be lame. We're telling you to be assertive. You can
Yeah.
be assertive in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate is, there's no difference. He's just an assertive guy, which is confident. You don't have to act the same way as him to be confident and assertive. You can be assertive in your own way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also,
And
guys, he's also playing a character. Let's be
yeah,
real.
yeah, it's also playing a character. He's also playing a character. We got to do that. That's why I'm trying to tell people to not imitate him, because he's not real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's being a real something to somebody.
People think he's real, but it's not real. Real life is actually working on what you're good at, being better, getting better in what you're good at, and learning from other people, things that could benefit you, things that could help you minimize time you could have wasted. Because, for example, there's different method of doing things, different method. You're not gonna do the way that professor does the thing that he does, or not gonna be the same way that I do myself, that I do it. There is gonna be different. It doesn't matter if professor the way that professor does it is better or takes less time, or the way that I do it takes less time. It just means that I'm improving. I can learn from professor. If professor is faster at it, I can learn with him, and I can use professor what professor has taught me and improve it on some, make a better version. Take mine and take his, and put them together and make a better version out of it. You
Right.
know, and add on
Absolutely.
my own style with it. You know what I'm saying? Stick
Well,
with my own originality. People
nothing
need
is
to.
original. Listen, man. Nothing under the sun is original.
Yes,
Nothing is original on the whole world.
yes.
Everything is a
Nothing
copy.
original.
Everything.
Everything is a copy. Everything is a copy, but Everything is a copy, but you need to put, put your own spice, put your own style into it, put what defines you, what is your definition, your personality, what is your blueprint. You leave your blueprint on it. You know, everybody is inspired by another person, but they still put their blueprint on it. Let's say, for example, you got paintings, you got the Da Vinci paintings, you got other paintings that were inspired by the Da Vinci painting. They're the same. You can look at them and see that they're the same style of painting, but you know what I'm saying? They're different. They're just different depiction and have different meanings. So the guys that have inspired that were inspired from this art style, they've made their own depiction, they've made their own blueprint. This is what you need in life. It's to make your own blueprint. It's to be inspired by people that that gain result. Because sometimes we look at people and we listen to people that don't get result with what they're doing.
That's
You got
true.
to look at the result that you get from people, not what they're saying. The word doesn't mean nothing if they don't show you result, what they
Well,
have gained from it, what they've done, and they tell you that they're doing.
okay, yeah, okay. Let me elaborate on that. Nobody fucking respects or listens to anybody until the work is done.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what to expect. If they have a goal and they set out to do it, everybody calls them crazy and all that shit. And nobody respects it until the work is done. Um, I know what the fuck that feels like because I was called crazy. They're like, they have a blackballed me. They blacklisted me in the town I'm in because they thought that I would be a horrible competitor for the local fire department. So I had that, and I was like, well, hang on a second. I have a academy, a fire academy. So you don't, and I do. So we're not competing. I'm not responding to emergencies. We're gonna stop right there. So do me a favor, give me 1 minute, but I want you to keep talking, please.
Okay. No problem. Yes, like I always said, like Professor said, it's all about efficiency, time efficiency. It's all about doing the work, but doing it in an efficient way, doing it in a way that you aren't gonna waste any time. You know, when you do something, for example, I'm working on a project. I'm working on this project. I gotta deliver that project, and I've set a date and what time that I need to finish this project. You know, another person has the same project, but he's not managing his time. He's working on the project, burning, and killing himself, being uncreative, this and that, working hard, working 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours on the same project, and burning himself up, not improving anything. Nah, because during this project, you got to know that you need to learn new stuff and take new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to improve everything, every activity that you do, you improve on it. They need to improve you. You get in a relationship, you need to improve. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you need to, when you're in that relationship, you need to manage your time. You need to make sure that that person is not holding you down. You know what I'm saying? Keeping you from advancing in life. You know what I'm saying? Making you waste all your valuable time, because people need to understand that you, as a man and a woman, don't have the same perspective of time. Her perspective of time is her emotion or feeling, what she has now, what she feels now, what makes her happy now. You, as a man, what should be priority is what makes you alive, what can maintain you in the long run for the future, what can make sure that after 10 years, 20 years, you're still in a better position that you were earlier. And this is what people need to understand, because people waste time or hang around the wrong bunch of people that that doesn't really value or bring any valuable things to them, because they don't show result. Because people need to learn from people that show result, you know, not words. Because we need to learn from people. We need to go out and talk with people, gain experience, and let that person show you the way, lead you the way, and tell you that this is what I've did, this is what worked for me. Now you can and take what has worked for him. You don't have to do the same thing, because life is not static, it's dynamic. Life changes, everything changes. The same burger joint that you were eating, if they were serving if they were serving beef burger, don't be surprised next year if they stop serving beef burger and they serve you a pork burger, because it's not gonna be the same way. Things improve, things change, because humans are not static. Humans are dynamic. Humans always create. They always stay creative. They always want something new. They always want something that is the latest thing, latest tech, the latest technology, the latest cars. And people need to understand that as a man, you need to adapt to your environment. You know what I'm saying? You need to maintain yourself to survive. You need to maintain your time to make sure that you survive, you know, because you're not going to live forever. We're not going to be on earth forever. But while we're on earth, we make sure that we can benefit from everything that the world has to give, you know? Like most of you guys, I know that you've been raised into fucked up environment, and your environment is keeping you away from enjoying what life really has to give, because your environment doesn't define the world. You know what I'm saying? There's bigger things out there. There's bigger other places to see. There's other kind of people to see. There's other culture. There's other mentality. There's other ways of doing things. There's other ways. There's other system. There's other political parties. It's not the same political parties that some people have in America, Democrat or Republican. There's countries that have 5, 6 political parties. It's all about variety. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about people doing things differently. But you just need to adapt and see what works the best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people need to take that stuff. They need to go in the field, go right in the field, and look at what people are doing. Look what each of their movement. You know what I'm saying? What works for them, and take that for yourself. Then improve upon it. Make it better. Make it a better version. Keep your blueprint. Keep your taste. Keep your your signature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All of us are different, man. We're all unique, bro. We're not gonna be the same. If everyone was the same, just like these modern women walking down left and right like NPCs, we would have been dumb, because how could we learn from each other? What makes men smarter, man? What makes men smarter is because we're learning from each other.
Yep.
We're improving upon each other's ideas.
That's a fact.
When he says something, I gotta find a way to make it better. And I understand that within us men, we have that competition mindset that we have, but it's not a bad thing. You can't be competitive with your brother. It's like the same way that you're playing a football match. You're playing football or basketball with your friends. You're being competitive, but it doesn't mean you're enemies with that brother. Being competitive helps. You know what I'm saying? Being competitive helps you improve and help other people that you care about improve too. You benefit from that. You gain better techniques. You gain better perspective in life on how to do things better and more efficiently, that it can save you time.
That's a whole fact.
Professor, I'll pass you the mic, man, because I was getting deep into it.
Okay. Listen, in order to recognize how time management would help you, you have to understand why you'd need it to begin with. If I decide to sleep in every fucking day till 10 and watch Netflix do bong hits until noon, eat cereal, not go to the gym, and then be late to an easy fucking job. That to me is a recipe for depression. And if somebody offers somebody a better paying job, are they going to rush off to get that job? Because now they got to show up at 5 a.m. Now they got to work until the job is done. Maybe they're, 1099. They're, doing it on their own. Uh, I have a brother that is a lazy ass. Okay. He is one of the laziest motherfuckers on earth. Let's switch positions. Okay. So he would have a job. I could sell a chandelier that costs like $40,000 and send it to a mansion in Palm Beach. He could drive across the bridge from West Palm Beach into Palm Beach and make $5,000 in one day installing one of the most majestic looking chandeliers you've ever seen in your life because they were having a cocktail party the following night. So he would get an express payment because he had to do an express job. But instead of taking the time to get ready for the job, it's a big job. He realizes it's a big job. He treats it just like he's treating anybody, some fucking anybody. And instead of installing the fucking thing, I have to call a second electrician to come and fill in for him because his ass didn't want, he wanted to sleep till 4 in the afternoon because he was out partying every night. So you see, I have very little use for people that are fucking lazy. And that motherfucker's been a lazy ass his whole life, so I don't really have a whole lot of respect for people like that. You see, I've never been a person that slept in. I've never been a person who, started a job and never finished it. You see the kind of work I do. Okay, so you see I could juggle around 15 different, subjects and do all of them because I do what's called delegation. Okay, she handles some of the details that I could do easily myself, but in order to eliminate wasting 2 hours or people standing in line somewhere, I can very easily delegate that same process off to somebody else and make the same amount of money in the fraction of amount of time. But here in Mexico, they don't respect time like you and I do. Here, it's mañana. Mañana means never. No, it means fucking never. Mañana is like maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. If they say ahora, which means now, that doesn't mean now. That means in a minute. And then if they say ahorita, which means right now, it means soon. So those are all the different things that I got to deal with. How about you?
Yeah, man. Like I always say, I've met a lot of people that have wasted their time, and especially friends. And they might say that I'm a bad friend, but I've cut ties with a lot of people that don't value their time. You know what I'm saying? Because someone that doesn't value his time, doesn't have respect for his own time, would never have respect for my own time, for mine. Because I need to grow as a person. I need to learn as a person. I need to survive as a person. And when I mean survive, I don't mean that doing the craziest job or doing this and that. I mean, I need to intake knowledge that will guarantee my survival at any type of obstacle that I get in life. And I can't learn that from someone that doesn't push, that doesn't go further away, that doesn't do this, and have to figure out ideas how to solve problems. you know if the best friend that you can have in your life that you can learn from are problem solvers. When you have friends that are problem solvers, that always have to do something, always have to solve problems, always have to you know think of a way to do something differently, or always have to um do things and fix things and be handy like you, professor, or making sure that everything works, everything is managed in the perfect way, you're guaranteed to learn something, and you're guaranteed to grow. You're guaranteed to not waste your time, because I always say that time is not is not only knowledge, but time is also survival, because time guarantees that you'll know how to get out of certain problem, because you know the system, you know um certain things, you know how to go around stuff, and you know how to like maintain stuff, you know how to talk to people, you know what people knows. You've learned what people knows. You're not stupid. It's like the same way some people um get played by the law. They get played by certain law, they get played by certain rules, but they never learn the rules. If they learned the rules, they could use these rules as their advantage. It's like the it's like the marital system, or the judicial judicial system. You know what I'm saying? It's like the system, uh the marriage system is the same way. Like certain state give you benefit, right, Professor?
Yeah, you get federal benefits if you're married in certain places too.
Yes. No, I mean benefit, marital benefit, like wedding, like marriage benefit. You get benefit like when you're divorced in certain state, where you don't lose your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so legal divorce benefits of divorce. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, benefits from legal divorce. And people lose and waste their time so much not learning these stuff that could help them in the long run, in the future, because we're so focused what is happening right now in the world. Like we're so focused with this artist or this celebrity, this rapper, and this and that, and we failed to look to the right and look to the left in our own environment. We failed to analyze our own environment because we're too busy analyzing someone else's life. And we're not living in someone else's life. We're living in our own life. So we need to focus on our own. You know what I'm saying?
The
So
only way to get done with like help yourself really.
yes, that's why I'm always telling people you need to focus on your own life, on your own business, on your own purpose, because things taking looking at what this dude does, looking at this dude being a cook, you know, or this dude doing that, or this woman doing this and this woman doing that, it's not gonna help you in the long run, because you're just uh you're just giving your attention to low bottom feeders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these low bottom feeders, you won't benefit anything from them. You won't benefit. They won't give you any knowledge. They won't give you tactics. They won't give you tips that will help you in life. They don't even know you. So, most of the time, you don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? And that you spend you spend so much time prioritizing their life and not prioritizing yours. Why your life is very important for you, because it makes sure that you're okay, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Everything's straight for you. And we need to do that. We need to prioritize important things, important matter and subject in our lives, to make sure that we don't we are very, very thoughtful and manageable in
Watch.
life,
Watch
you
this.
know? Because man, I want to say that, Professor, man, I have a homie, man, and he was too deep in the red pill stuff, man. He was too deep in the red pill stuff, and I'm trying to tell him that you need to chill on the red pill stuff, because you'll get overloaded with information.
What else is playing?
He'll get information overload, because Professor, it's good to learn things that will make you will make sure that you can, protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's good. But when you intake too much information, you get confused. You get that spaghetti brain. Your brain get tangled up. You don't know what to do anymore, and you get stuck in a hole of depression, where you're trying to find an answer, and the answer is right in front of you. You know?
Yep. know.
and you're just thinking, you're just thinking about things too much, and you just need to take things, easy. You just need to, what I'm saying, try to prioritize what's important. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because what's happening, for example, what's happening in her life and a female's life is not, doesn't define your life, man. You know what I'm saying? You're free.
This,
Remember,
this is
most of oh yeah, remember, most of us men, bro, we're free, man. We can do whatever we want, and you know what I'm saying, in terms of business ventures, in terms of investing, in terms of creating stuff, in terms of, you know what I'm saying, making money. We just have to like protect yourself. It's just like, for example, I always want to tell dudes that, man, the red pill is just about protecting yourself. It's not about overthinking things. You know what I'm saying?
red pill is about just facing reality and seeing it for what it really is. It does not have to do
Yeah.
with. It just has to do with, okay, if you dress like shit, people are gonna treat you a certain way. If you're a certain height in a certain place where people value fucking height and having fucking Lamborghinis and Ferraris and shit, and you don't have one of those, then people are going to treat you accordingly. So it really comes down to like self-respect and um self-resolve for everything, because no one gives a shit about men, first of all. And if anything happens to us, we really are screwed. The courts have us pretty much railroaded off, so we're not going to win in any of those situations. So the only thing to do for some of us is to go our own fucking way, and not to, the picket fence, and to stay married and be in a miserable situation.
Yeah.
Simply because it's easier for me to take my money and invest it somewhere else as opposed to somewhere that's not fucking helpful. Doesn't benefit me. Why the hell am I going to invest in that? If it's a bad investment, why am I going to invest in that?
and
Those,
first and first, man, men should get that fairy tale mindset out of their head. You know what I'm saying?
what,
Life
what's
doesn't.
what is a
Huh?
fairy tale story for a man?
Is thinking that life will go the way he thinks it should go. Like
Very,
thinking that life gonna go your way. It's not gonna go your way. You know,
absolutely.
you're gonna have obstacle in life. You're gonna struggle in life. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna be. Life is gonna challenge you.
Yep, shit is
As
hard. It's hard, so you got to get good at math.
life is gonna challenge you. You need to take those challenge head on.
Well,
You
if
know what
you're
I'm
up
saying?
to get good at fucking sports or go to the gym and work out, because
Yes.
otherwise, no one is going to fucking look your way. They're gonna look the other way.
The other day I saw a dude that wanted to change himself. He was like a programmer, and he said that he wanted to quit programming just so he could, because he said that, oh, women don't love, and he said that women don't love engineer, so that's why I'm gonna leave engineer, because women are not attracted to engineer. And I was like, what? This dude really gonna leave what he's used to doing and what he loves doing just for to be likable
for a
to a
common.
female, to a, like, let me tell you something, to be to be to please, or not even please, to be like, to be to be in the perception of what females like for short term, because women always change what they like. You know what I'm saying? What women's like is based on culture. Is what's booming, what's the trend. That's what they're based on. Next today, women might say they love muscular dude. Tomorrow they might say that, "Oh, we love skinny dude." You know, they move accordingly to culture. You know, you men don't have to move accordingly to culture, because culture is money. Culture is business. Culture is not really culture that it should be respected, because real culture is long term. Real culture never change, but fake culture changes, because those companies, those corporations need to make money. You know, so when
Yeah.
you change to fit these new culture, you're just you're just putting money in these big corporation pockets. You're not changing anything. You're just being, a new version of the modern woman, spending money to please another person and to impress. Modern women do the same thing. They wear weaves, sandals, buy this color weave and this and that, do BBLs. They do it to impress men. So you're gonna be the equivalent of a modern female and buy the new shoes, buy this and that, get this, change that about you, just so you can attract. You know what I'm saying?
You
A
gotta,
female
you gotta spend money on me.
who's not gonna bring you any value. I always say that, man. And the day and time that we're living in, ain't no such thing as a housewife and shit like that, bro. She gonna let me tell you something. You got a girl, if she gonna work, she gonna bring the money back. That's how it is, man.
Well, I got a news for you. I got a housewife here.
You know what I'm saying? That's
I got,
because you're in a different country, professor. That's a different culture. Where
I
we're
know.
talking about we're
I
talking about the American culture.
I
Don't
got
think that it's gonna be the same way. You better be like, if you're an American dude, man, you better be a modern pimp. You better be the new modern pimp, bro. You better, she better, if Shawty want to be with you, bro, she better, and she want to work and do that and make money and shit like that. She better bring that. Tell her that if she want to be with you, she better bring that money back to you.
I don't think any woman who was with me is ever gonna have to work a fucking day in her life anyway. So
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling these dudes that because dudes believe in that fairy tale. Some dudes in America believe in that fairy tale about having a housewife and paying this and that. Let me tell you something. This ain't gonna work because this ain't the culture. Because females right now, modern women right now in America follow the fake culture. You know?
it's fake.
You know what I'm saying? They don't follow the real culture because real culture don't die. Real culture, even after 1,000 years, they do the same thing. Look at in Mexico. People are still eating the same food that they were eating hundreds of years ago. They
Yeah,
have the same. They celebrate the same celebration, the same carnival, the same thing. There's a carnival for Halloween that they celebrate for the dead. I know that celebration. What's the name of that celebration again, Professor? Where you
Day of the Dead.
celebrate the dead.
Day of the Dead.
Yes, they still celebrate it till this day.
Yes, they
That's
do. In federal buildings, you'll find altars with everybody's family members on it.
yes, man. Because I always tell that, man, like culture, real culture don't die. Fake culture dies, change. You know, it
Yes.
gets different because fake culture need to make profit. You know, so when you give yourself into that fake culture, you yourself as a man become a modern woman because a modern woman cater these fake culture caters to modern woman's feeling. They cater to emotion. They cater what feels good in the short term. It's like drugs. You'll never get satisfied. You know what I'm saying? You'll keep on trying to find happiness, but happiness doesn't exist because how can you be happy if you're not satisfied with yourself? If you can't even look yourself in the mirror and say that you know what I'm saying, that you accept yourself the way that you are, that you're just gonna improve yourself, that you're just gonna improve of the asset that God gave you. God gave you assets. Why don't you work on and improving them, growing them, making them better instead of trying to change them? Because you'll never be reborn again. Let me tell you something. You'll never be like born in another body. You'll never be. You know what I'm saying? But you can improve yourself. You can make a better version of yourself because as I know, the human body changes. If you take good care of the human body, it changes and get better, surprisingly. But people need to understand that this kind of things, this kind of mentality, wanting to change just to fit a narrative is not going to help you in the long run. You're going to fail because you're just painting your face in a fake persona and a fake color, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not elevating the good part in yourself. Because everybody has some strong fort. They have something strong about their personality that they're not taking advantage of. Let's say, for example, Professor might be, for example, might be confident in something, but he's not. He might be confident in something. If Professor did work on being more confident in what he is and believing in himself, he might be confident in knowing that he's good at, for example, building a house. But if he didn't know and work on improving himself and building better houses and building better infrastructure, and he's saying that, yeah, I'm the shit. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm the shit at doing this. I'm the shit at doing that. How can he say that he's the thing at doing that if he didn't work on improving himself? He did the work. He improved on his asset. When we say improvement and self improvement, we're not saying that for dudes to change himself. We're saying for dudes to take the assets, the talent, the innate talent that they were born with, and make them better, shine brighter. Because we're all different. And I hate to see that certain dudes, or like for example, certain dudes like these Andrew Tates and these niggas, man, trying to make y'all niggas turn y'all niggas into NPCs, while y'all niggas can all different, while y'all niggas can be the best version of yourself. All of y'all can be like different version. Let me tell you something. All of us, all of your guys can be different version of Andrew Tate. When I mean different version of Andrew Tate, have the same respect and power, but act in a different way that earns you respect. Do your job, do your job in a unique way. Do what you're good at and get respected in this field of work. You know, let's look at Elon Musk. Nobody can shit on Elon Musk, bro. Am I right, Professor?
No way. King of
He's
the
not.
nerd. Yeah.
He's a nerd. Shit, he's a nerd. He's not the most muscular dude, but look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk got like almost 10 females pregnant. He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's
Got
the
10.
every female want Elon Musk's baby. He's a nerd. Shit. But does he act like a nerd? Does he act like your conventional nerd? Does he act like your normal glasses and skinny and shit like that nerd, bro? No. He's an improved nerd. He has taken the best asset that he was born with and improved them and made the best version of himself. He's building shit. He's not wasting his time wasting his time on needless shit. He's taking his nerdyish talent and doing shit that changed the world. And other people are seeing that shit. It doesn't matter how dumb some females are, but when they see a man that is changing shit, it scares them. A man that can change the world, that can change the perception of a world, scares them because they know they have power. They know what power is. That's why they want power. That's why they control you guys. Because you guys don't work on improving and empowering your power, on taking advantage of the power that you were born with. So they take advantage of their power. Their power is their beauty, their pussy. They take advantage of their power, even at an early age. But you guys don't take advantage of your powers.
We don't have powers until we're older, so there's that.
You know? Yeah, they have powers until it's all over.
Men have no power until they're older, like my age.
Yeah. They have no power until it's older. Dudes need to think that. But dudes need to think that the same power that they can get is the same power that they can actually have. And what's most frustrating is that us as men, we can maintain that power. We can maintain that, but we never work toward getting to this power. That's what gets me mad. You know what I'm saying, Professor?
Yeah. Well, I know you're trying to
People are
help,
just
and
people
it's
just want to be copy of each other. People, I don't know why, but people are not gonna get fulfilled, or people are not gonna get result trying to be copy of their role model.
but we are. We're all copies of copies.
Yes,
Well,
we are copies of copies, but I'm talking about being identical.
well, I mean, look at Eminem. Look at what the fuck happened with Eminem. Who the fuck knew a white dude rapping would have so many followers, paint their fucking hair blonde, and do exactly the same shit? And here, all these years later, he's one of the only few fucking real guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you can't replace an Eminem. You can't be Eminem, nigga. That's why I'm trying to tell you that it's like the same way, bro. Some niggas are trying to be this nigga, but you can't be this nigga. Be yourself, man. Be a bet. You can like the thing that gets me mad the most, Professor, is that most of these dudes can be better than these dudes. Most of these dudes can be better.
I know that. I've
They
got.
have they have innate talent that can push them even further, but they don't take advantage of that.
There's this fear of success that a lot of dudes have, and it's because of their mother. They tricked them into thinking you can never be anything. You can't do what other people do. So just that stupid idea of you making an NBA or fucking trying the Masters, you're never going to be able to golf like Tiger Woods. I know. I've lived with that criticism my whole fucking life, and I've outgrown it, and I'm grateful for having had shitty people in my life tell me I couldn't do stuff, and then to criticize me when I did stuff, and then fucking after it's all said and done, I'm no longer the crazy one. I'm the one that succeeded. So it's very easy for me to just kind of not take people fucking seriously anymore. It has made me a bit jaded about things, but hey, look at me now. Ask me if I give a fuck. I don't, because no one helped me get where I am today.
Yes,
Nobody.
I understand you. How can you take somebody serious is serious and that person doesn't take himself serious?
Well, they don't. They criticized me from day one. Okay, they even put me in the fucking newspaper and said that my unit was a fucking like a dress up fucking team or some shit, and they knew goddamn well what the fuck I was. They just wanted to embarrass us. So there's that. And then after it was all said and done, they had to fucking print an apology in the newspaper. By then, it was already too late. So there's a number of things, dude.
Yeah, man.
Grateful for having gone through it. Wasn't fun when I did. They put a
Yeah,
picture of my patrol car sitting out in front of the AAA wrestling, which is like WWE. And I was parked in a handicap spot. I didn't know because it was invisible. There was no post. It just said on the fucking ground that it was a, a, a handicap spot. But I did not know it was there. They said I could park. I said I could park anywhere I want because I'm with the bomberos, which was not ever something I would ever say. So I embarrassed the colonel. I embarrassed the director. They didn't want to talk to me. They were like trying to find excuses not to talk to me, and then they were avoiding me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? So you see, I've had conflict with people because I've been more successful than them. And there is an old saying that says, never outshine the master. In this case, I was outshining my old commander. So he was a little bit perturbed with me to begin with. And when he talked to my new commander, he was like terribly mad. You guys can't do this. This is our town. You can't be coming in here and trying to take over my job. And I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? I had no intention of taking over anybody's job. The only thing that we do here is school. So it's not like that's stepping on anybody's fucking toes. And
yeah, that's true.
if they feel some kind of way about it, they'll come. They can come talk to me about it, but they're too big of pussies to fucking. They don't want to. They will avoid conflict at all costs because they know they're fucking wrong. So
You know what makes them unable to reach the height that you can reach is because they're being diverted. There's a diversion, so they're taking notice, or they're more focused on the diversion, or focused on unnecessary shit that doesn't matter, instead of being focused on what matter in their life. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Because
they're focused because they're afraid they're gonna lose their fucking jobs because my work is too impressive. You can't compare to what I do. So it's not a matter of that. It's these are people that are a high level government. So they're being embarrassed by a civilian that came to their country and now does their job 50 fucking times better than them, more advanced than them, and with more.
That's where I want to get it at you, Professor. There, there's diversion in them. They're not taking the job serious. They're not taking it serious because you put more passion, and you're not even passion, but you take that shit more seriously than they take it seriously.
Um, well, it's competition and it is serious. So
Yeah, it's competition, but you have to understand that competition has everybody has his own way of winning the competition, and your way of winning the competition might it is better because you know what to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? You know what makes you learn your weakness. That's why I always try to say you've learned your weakness. You know what makes you weak. Some of these guys didn't learn about their weakness. They didn't learn to look for their weakness. You know what I'm
um,
saying?
well, listen to this. Public humiliation is the number one form of punishment. Public humiliation is the number one form of punishment, and that is how they punish people in Mexico. If you don't pay your rent, they put a big fucking sign on your door, and they put this big tape shit, kind of like a parking ticket that sticks to your window, but this sticks to your door, and it doesn't open. It's very hard to get off.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. Me, I'm always say telling people to not get diverted, or you know what I'm saying, like not get, you know,
Are you trying to
not
say
worry or focus or
diverted or distracted?
yeah, distracted.
Okay,
I'm trying to say distracted.
okay.
I'm always telling people not to get distracted about unnecessary subject or about unnecessary thing, because these distraction is what is pushing you away from improving or from doing something better. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're while let me tell you something, bro. While some dudes are focusing on Lizzo, you know what I'm saying? That's an example, man. I'm gonna tell you that, Professor. While some dudes are focusing on Lizzo or what she did in that, man. Let me tell you, dude, that, bro. You know me? I'm working toward selling 2,000 burgers to 2,000 fat chicks and making $2,000 million. That's what's my attention's at.
There you go. So sweatshirts.
You know, because life life is too short, to focus on the wrong thing, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anybody to because not everybody is gonna take that message because everybody um a lot of people are not focused, or a lot of people are not interested, and because they're already programmed by their mother, you know what I'm saying, they're already programmed to be weak and stuff like that, so they're not gonna intake this message, you know what I'm saying. But
Right.
people want to learn, and people want to, you know thrive and be better, and use what works, because it's all about what is proven to work. It's not about what is said to work, or what people say they want, or what the people say they need. It's all about what works outside, what works out there. You know what I'm saying? What is proven to work. So, like I always say, is that dudes need to pay attention into what's in front of them, not what's on the side and what's in their back. You know, because while you're looking every time you're looking at your back, and people are distracting you, they're holding on to your back. You know what I'm saying? They're holding your back. They're holding your ass back. That's why you need to focus and strive on what's important, what's is gonna make you grow, what's gonna make you go further, man. Because the faster you get there, the better, man. You know, the longer you enjoy it. Some dudes, like for example, Professor, some dudes got rich in the 30s. Until this day, like say for example, he gonna die at 70, 80. He's gonna enjoy it for 40 years. 40 years of enjoyment, enjoying your hard work. because you started early, because you were focused. Some people even started early, but due to a lack of focusing, they've wasted time. They've arrived in the finish line late, you know? But some dudes that were focused about work. That's why I'm always telling people it's not about working hard, it's about working smart, you know?
Right?
It's about working efficient, doing the things that you know is gonna give you result. You're not trying to do anything that's not gonna give you result. You're not gonna try to do anything that's gonna not gonna work, man. Things like, let me tell you something, man. Things is not proven to work. You're gonna do it. You're gonna try something new. I'm not trying to tell you to not do something new, but think about it. If you want to do something new, try to integrate something that has already worked and proven to work before you do it. You know, that's how you get result. And failure is part of the road, man. Failure is, everybody fails, man. You fail. Failure is short term. It's not long term. Unless unless you do unless you do this, you make decision that makes you fail every time. Because let's take another analogy about female. Let's say you're in a relationship, you know, every time you keep arguing, you keep failing on this relationship. You fell on your first relationship. Then you go into the second relationship. It failed. You go into the third relationship. It failed. Now you're saying that everybody you've been with, you know what I'm saying, are the problem, but you're not the problem. They're not the problem. You're the problem. They might be the problem of why they're holding your back, but you're the one that chose to be around them. You know what I'm saying, Professor?
Yep.
You're the one that chose to be around low bottom feeders, low energy people, because you didn't learn and you didn't go around high energy people, so you stick to low energy people. That's why you need to go out and venture out of your environment. I always say that, get out of your comfort. Get out of your comfort. Try something that makes you uncomfortable but is good for you. It's like medicine. Medicine is supposed to be bitter, but it's good in the long run to fix the problem. You know, yes, when you start drinking it, it's gonna be bitter, it's gonna taste bad, but in the long run, after, you're gonna get better. It's nothing wrong with it, man. You know, some of you need just to change your environment, change the people that you come that stick around you, because those people, you have to learn that these people are holding your back. These people are keeping you away from advancing, and you got
Mhm.
to tell yourself that. Doesn't matter if it's someone that you know you have to cut ties with. Hold your grip and cut ties with that person, because you know he's holding you back, man. You know, that's growth. Because you know it needs a lot of maturity to admit your mistake, and it's great because when you admit your mistake, you choose to improve. You choose that you still have room for improvement, and you never cease to improve, because we're not perfect and we'll never be perfect. But the more we get to improving ourselves, the more we get, the more perfect we look, even though we're not perfect. You know,
Yep. Yep.
it's that, Professor, man. I'm gonna give you the mic, man, because yeah, I want to tie this up, man. But I want to give you, pass you the mic so you can spit it down, man, before we close the show, bro.
Dude, no, let's just go. All the time I've been on this podcast, I've been doing this thing over my shoulder. Okay, so what this is just some little drawers that I had a carpenter make. See, I haven't painted this yet, but you see I did this in gold. I did that. All right. What do you think? It's nice, right?
Yeah, that's a look nice, bro.
This is the first one. All right. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't painted these. I haven't done nothing. But that's how it turned out. What do you guys think? You guys like that? Badass, right? What do you guys think? Can you see the gold right there?
I can see it.
That's pretty badass, right?
Yeah, man, that's cool, bro.
I literally just put that on. And right now I'm just trimming all this extra here. Like,
Does
look.
the gold actually come with the other designs?
No, this is nothing more than like paper you'd put on your shelves. So I'll put some sticky glue on the face of this piece of furniture. And all I did was stick the paper onto the glue and then I cut around it. See that?
That's why I respect. That's why I have a major respect for you, Professor, because every day you're laying bricks, man. Every day you're doing something. You're building something. Every day you're building something, either for your school, for your you know what I'm saying, for your business, for your room, for your house. Every day you're doing something new, man. You're building something, man. You have
Only
major respect, man. You're the blueprint for you. You're the blueprint for what men should be. You know what I'm saying?
right on, yeah.
Because you're always working, you're always, you know what I'm saying, you're always doing something creative, you're always using your time sparingly.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta break it up into pieces for people, right? Because you can't possibly do what I do in one day. There's no way, unless you knew my secret, which is basically get up at 4:30 every morning and get started. By the time people wake up, you're halfway done with your day. All the busy work that people waste time with, I go ahead and finish before anybody even wakes up. And then I prepare a list. And then I go to that list. If you could see over my shoulder, I have a list right there on the board. And that says, um, I need to do the windows. I have to do hinges on this and that. I have to do this thing. Um, so I have all those things that basically I got to finish doing before I can put the chassis this new chassis onto the chicken bus. So so anyway, I want to show you real quick, you guys. Look, this is the gold leaf. Okay, all I'm doing is doing just like that. And what that does, it just gets the excess off.
Is the gold is the gold attached to the other art style of the
Well,
other?
it's glued. It's glue. I glued it on.
No, I like if you actually like I'm seeing other art style like the blue lines, the orange lines. Are these actually connected together? Like, did you?
Pieces of pieces of like wallpaper that I cut into,
Oh, okay.
and
They're
I just
they're they're separate. They're stuck together separately.
yeah, I stuck them on one little strip at a time.
Okay, that's great, Professor, man. I remember. What about the gold medal that you were making?
Fun.
Fellas, this man is the type of man that if you call, I used to call this man at 5 in the morning, and I saw this man melting metal to do medals. Incredible, man. Professor, the indie man.
Well, I gotta run. I got one thing I gotta do. The neighbor across the street makes pinatas, so I gotta go pick that pinata before it gets too late. It's almost 9 o'clock here, so I'll check you guys later. Adios.
Adios, bro.